It's at the right height. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, families, friends, and of course, our distinguished physician assistant graduates, good morning and welcome, and please be seated. It's a great privilege and honor to stand before you today on this momentous occasion as we come together to celebrate the achievements of our remarkable physician assistant graduates. This is a day of immense pride and joy for the graduates, their families, and our institution. Today, we mark a significant milestone in the lives of these talented individuals who have dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge, the art of healing, and the noble path of healthcare. These graduates have not only demonstrated unwavering commitment, but also remarkable capacity to adapt, collaborate, and provide compassionate care, qualities that defined the fundamental nature of physician assistants. As we gather here, we reflect on the challenges and the triumphs that have shaped the journey of these graduates, leading them to this pivotal moment. We recognize the sacrifices made, the late-night study sessions, the countless clinical hours, and the dedication it takes to become a healthcare professional. We also acknowledge the support encouragement, and love that the families and friends here today and from afar have provided along the way. Your unwavering support has played an indispensable role in the success of our graduates, and today we extend our heartfelt gratitude to you. In the world of healthcare, the role of a physician assistant is multifaceted, demanding adaptability, competence, and a deep sense of compassion. These graduates have been thoroughly prepared to meet these challenges head-on, and they are now poised to embark on a journey of service and lifelong learning. Today, as we celebrate their accomplishments, we also look ahead to the future of healthcare and the transformative role that our graduates will play. The world of medicine is ever evolving, and these graduates, armed with their unique skills and qualities, are well prepared to contribute to the changing landscape of healthcare, ensuring that patients receive the highest quality of care and compassion. This commencement ceremony marks not just an end, but a new beginning, a beginning filled with hope, promise, and the prospect of making a profound difference in the lives that they serve. As we stand on the threshold of this new chapter, I have no doubt that the graduates will excel in their roles and bring innovation, kindness, and a commitment to excellence to every patient they encounter. Congratulations to the physician assistant graduates of Rocky Vista University. Your journey has been nothing short of extraordinary, and your future holds the potential for greatness. Today, we celebrate your accomplishments and eagerly anticipate the positive impact you will make in the world of healthcare. And now, let's get on with the ceremony. Over the next hour, you'll hear greetings from RVU's CEO and President, as well as a member of our Board of Trustees. They will be followed by our student speakers, their invited guest speaker, and the presentation of awards. The graduates will then each receive their hood, signifying their success in completing graduate-level training, followed by conferral of the MPAS degree. Lastly, the graduates will recite the physician assistant oath as a commitment and pledge to the patients they will one day serve. The ceremony will conclude with very brief, closing remarks. And now, please welcome RVU's President and CEO, Dr. David Forstein.
Thank you, Professor Ruff. Good morning, students, faculty, staff, guests, and the students' families and loved ones. I want to thank you for allowing me to spend a few moments with you today. While I currently serve as the president of Rocky Vista University, I previously spent nearly 30 years practicing as an OBGYN and reproductive endocrinologist, working alongside many physician assistants. Being a university president has its ups and downs, but today is a great day to be Rocky Vista University's president. Seeing these 33 PA students ready to graduate is exhilarating. My first experience working with a PA was in 1988. At that time, I was a medical student on a GYN surgery rotation. There was a PA assigned to the case, a laparoscopic hysterectomy in the very early days of that procedure. And the attending physician was struggling to complete the procedure. And patiently waiting, the PA finally said, "Can I give it a try?" And within about 30 minutes, the whole case was completed. It was then and there that I promised myself to learn more about PAs and to work with them whenever I could. Throughout my clinical career, I worked with many physician assistants in my clinic at the infertility practice and in the operating room. When I had the opportunity to run a 80-physician OBGYN department, I initially encountered a little resistance when I asked the docs to add PAs to their practice and to their groups. Soon, each section of the department was clamoring to add PAs to their group because of the quality of their work and all they brought to the healthcare team. You are joining the healthcare workforce at a critical time. Not only are we facing shortages in all providers, but we're also facing an aging population of physicians who are desperate to retire and are just waiting for reinforcements. and that's you. I want to thank you for spending the last 27 months with us at RVU. You have succeeded at the highest levels. To your families, I want to thank you for supporting these students throughout their education. I know they have made you proud. Students, we know your work is not done. There's this little thing called the PANTS exam that you have to take, and maybe some employment contracts to review. Kathy hates it when I call her every day and she gives me an update on how many students took the exam and how many students passed the exam. But I'm just as excited about those results as you are. Soon, though, there will be patients to see. That's all for tomorrow. Today is about celebration, celebrating you. Congratulations on your achievement. I would now like to welcome a member of our Board of Trustees, Dr. Beth Smolko, a physician assistant, to the podium to offer her remarks.
Good morning. As a member of the university's Board of Trustees, I have the distinct privilege to stand before you today, representing the institution that has nurtured your academic journey. You treat a disease, you win, you lose. You treat a person, I guarantee you'll win, no matter what the outcome. This quote is from the movie Patch Adams, and they're words that I keep on a sticky note taped to my desk just to remind me that the patient that is down the hall is Mrs. Jones in room 3 and not the gallbladder in room 3. Your patients, well, as a newly minted PA, your first thoughts will be on that PANTS exam and finding a job if you haven't done so already. But the rubber really meets the road when you walk into the exam room for the very first time and there's no one there to guide you. It's your patient. And you are expected to take all that you have learned here and apply it to the person in front of you. Patients want you to be knowledgeable and competent, and they want you to write a Z-Pak for their virus. But we know you won't do that, thank you. But in truth, patients care less about what you know and more about the way that you care. You will be rushed in practice. You're going to be double booked and triple booked at times. You will not always know what is causing your patient's symptoms, and you won't always know how to cure what ails them. But if you give them your compassion, you will always know how to care for them. Patients come to us for many, many different reasons, and not all of those reasons are tied to a chief complaint. It could be that the little old lady in front of you hasn't had anyone give her a smile or give her conversation in a very long time. Make sure you put your hand on her shoulder as you listen to her heart and lungs, and give her a smile. It may be the only reason that she's there, in addition to the hypertension, diabetes, hyperlipidemia, and kidney disease. Don't let anyone leave your office without feeling that you saw them. Remember to treat the person in front of you, and I guarantee you will win every time. From all of us on the RVU Board of Trustees, I wish you congratulations on this amazing achievement. And as the past president of the American Academy of PAs, welcome to my profession.
Thank you, Dr. Smolko. Next, please join me in welcoming to the podium graduate Corbin Hall, who will introduce our student keynote speaker.
Thank you, Professor Ruff, and hello, everyone. For those of you that I have not yet met, my name is Corbin, and if I'm being completely honest, I did not think that I would ever be on the podium of a master's level graduation speaking. As my parents might recall, the last speaking role when I had a speaking role in a graduation was at my preschool graduation. And I didn't do any of my speaking parts, and I motioned to them like this to come and get me, and I stood there in silence. So, if it wasn't for the person I'm introducing, I would most certainly not be up here. So, I'm uniquely qualified, I would say, to introduce our student speaker, because I have probably spent more time with her than just about anyone else in our class. And throughout my time knowing her, she has given me a lot to be proud of her and a lot to talk about. So, without further ado, this student was a member of the class of 2022 and 2023. During her time in both classes, she held the position of historian, which is in charge of maintaining our social media presence and planning fun events for the class. When you saw this student on campus, you might have ran into her in the library, being the studious woman that she is, or more likely than that, you may have seen her in the classroom, decorating our classroom for various holidays or special events. Or she could have been running around the halls trying to plan a fun scavenger hunt for everyone. Or she could have been running towards you in the hallway, hunting you down because you didn't submit information to her for your Instagram spotlight. But even if she was hunting you down for something to add to the Instagram, she would always approach you with a smile that would show that you knew she wasn't mad at you. As many of you know, her journey through the program has been full of ups and downs, and she wouldn't shy away from telling you all about those downs if you gave her the opportunity. But through it all, she displayed incredible composure and persistence because that's the kind of person and student she is. No matter what she was struggling with, she always made an effort to try and bring joy to others, whether it was a classmate going through a tough time or a sick patient in the children's hospital. She did this all even when she was incredibly stressed about her own journey through school, and that's because through her own unique path, she came to understand as well as anyone that what we were undertaking was incredibly stressful for all of us, and it was important to celebrate our stories, our adventures, and our accomplishments, both as individuals and as a class. She also knew how important it was to have a little fun along the way. She did a phenomenal job documenting our journey as a class from day one up until our last day, which happens to be today. So I couldn't think of a better person to go full circle and finish our story as a student speaker. I can't wait to see the incredible pediatric PA that she becomes, and I also can't thank our program enough for giving me the chance to meet her. I would like to introduce to the podium my incredible girlfriend, but more importantly, our student speaker, Jamie Short.
Hello, I'm Jamie. Thank you, Corbin, for that really sweet introduction. He did not let me hear it before he said it, so that was all new to me, which is really sweet, so thank you. I'm your student speaker. My name is Jamie Short, and first and foremost, I want to say thank you to you all for being here today on this amazing day to help us celebrate this monumental accomplishment. So we know we couldn't have done this, and I'm sure I speak for everyone, that we couldn't have done this without the support and patience of all of our friends, family, and significant others. So thank you all for being here. Okay, enough about you guys. It's back to us, who today's all about. I feel truly honored to have been selected by my class to be the student speaker today. So thank you all for that. They figure I love to talk so much, I would be really good at this. They took care of what they asked for. So here we go. 27 months, 12 rotations, and countless patient encounters later, and we have arrived at this long-awaited day of graduation. Oh God, okay. Each and every one of us should be immensely proud of ourselves for making it here today, as it was no easy feat. The journey may have looked different for all of us, but we've arrived at the same destination all the same. Every challenging test, rotation far from home, and even double broken elbows wasn't enough to keep us from making it here today. Allie. Now, PA school may have been what brought us all together, but the friendships that we made along the way will be what keeps us together. And although people in our lives outside of school have probably had to endure us complaining and stressing about what it was like in PA school, no one else quite understood it like our classmates did. We like to joke that we all trauma bonded through this, but to some degree it's true. You know, we were there through all the highs and lows, the life celebrations, the test successes, the, countless brewery outings that we all went on, through the rigorous testing of didactic, the difficulties of starting a new rotation every month, the 4 months in Pueblo. That was actually just me. It's fine. Now, PA school has brought us lifelong friendships, the long-awaited degree that will allow us to finally start working and making money, and memories to last a lifetime. Now, a few of my favorite moments would probably be our camping trip after didactic, Des always producing the most relatable, well-timed memes, and Louise refusing to speak any louder than she wants to, even when asked. I mean, I could go on, because our class has a lot of, let's call it personality. So I feel lucky to have been a part of this class. Having the chance to restart with you all has been one of the best things to happen to me. You are such a special group of people who I've been lucky enough to know, and you have made this at times challenging experience, dare I say fun. I have watched as we've supported each other every step of the way, and there's not a single person in this class that I feel like I couldn't go to for help. It has been so special watching so many special bonds be formed, and we've planned such fun get-togethers any moment we could, which has allowed us to spend so much time with each other. And these are the moments that we'll get to look back on. Now, I do want to say a special thank you on behalf of our class to the PA faculty. Your encouragement and support has been immensely beneficial to us, and you guys have tolerated our at times difficult class that I'm sure we've been a bit of a handful at times. So thank you. There's also a very special guy that I would not have made this through without, and you all know and love him. It's my dog Wrigley. He's so cute. I know, you guys needed him too. The time that we spent in school is going to seem short in the scheme of it all, but it doesn't make this any less impactful. I will cherish these moments for the rest of my lives, as I hope you guys will all do as well. I'm happy to know I'll be leaving here with a hard-earned degree, amazing friends, and the opportunity to pursue a career in one of the best fields. We will all leave a lasting impact not only in our VU, but everywhere that we go in life, that I am sure. Each and every one of you have something special to offer, and I can't wait to see what you all accomplish after we leave here today. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up now, otherwise I will talk for hours, as you all know I can do. So cheers to the class of 2023 for making it through PA school and being the most wonderful group of people to go through this journey with. I wish you all the best and luck everywhere you go in life, and just keep an eye out for an email from me in the future for a reunion. You can't escape me, okay? Thank you. And next up is Alex, who will be introducing our guest speaker.
Thank you so much, Jamie. That was a really great speech. So our class had the honor of nominating and further voting on a guest speaker who had a huge impact on our class. I could think of no one that fits this opportunity more than Chelsea Gentry. She graduated from Rocky Vista, class of 22, and is now working in inpatient psych at Denver Springs. She's also a rock star mom to 2 adorable girls, and if you've ever had the pleasure of meeting Chelsea, you know she's quite literally an angel walking on earth. She was, to many of us throughout our time in the PA program, a tutor during didactic, a mentor during clinicals, and now a really good friend. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Chelsea Gentry.
Alex may have oversold me slightly, so bring that stage down. But thank you, that was really sweet. And thank you so much to the class of 2023 for giving me this incredible honor. I was really touched by the nomination to be your keynote speaker. And though my apocrine glands are slightly hyperactive right now, I am really thrilled to be standing up here today. So first of all, you guys, congrats, you did it, you're amazing. This is such a monumental milestone for you, and you have done so much to get to this point. For those of you in the audience, stepped away from the microphone. For those of you in the audience, thank you so much for coming today to support your student. Regardless of the relationship you have with them, your sister, your brother, your parent, your child, your spouse or partner, cousin or friend, your student, or your colleague. It is likely that you have, in one way or another, helped the class of 2023 through many challenges over the past several years and have supported them to get to this point, so thank you. PA school can be challenging, right? Yeah? Understatement, maybe. There's this very silly cliche that's said all the time that going to PA school is like trying to drink water out of a fire hydrant. Even before your medical training, you probably knew that trying to drink water out of a fire hydrant, not super safe, right? A lot of oral trauma, dangerous. But it is really hard to put into words exactly what the experience of PA school is like, and every school and every cohort has a unique experience. But your time in PA school was only part of your journey to becoming a PA. There was a lot leading up to it, and there will be a lot following it. So I wanted to just run through essentially the past, present, and future of you as PA students going into PACs. That makes it sound like this speech will be 100 hours long. It will not be. But let's begin with the past. Go back to when you were first considering PA school. Rocky Vista is unique in many ways, and one way is that it requires 1,000 hours of paid healthcare experience prior to applying. Now, even without that requirement, most of you are probably already working in healthcare field in some capacity. PA students tend to be studious, and so I'm sure many of you wanted to learn as much as you could about this field before you put in the financial, time, and emotional investment of graduate school. Maybe you worked in an emergency department like Desmond or Mel, you were a rehabilitation tech like Ryan, or you're one of the many who worked in Durham, I think. How many? Grace, Alex, and Jessica, RG, yep, Avery, we got a lot of you. During that time, you learn the difference between a physician associate, nurse practitioner, pharmacist. You probably saw great and some not so great providers, and based on part of these experiences, you decided to apply to PA school. That decision was not made lightly. Let's pull in some numbers to highlight the challenges you were immediately accepting when you did decide on this path. And no, Professor Slonick did not pay me to incorporate some evidence-based information into this speech. Your class applied to PA school in 2020 to begin in 2021. That year across the country, there was a 14% acceptance rate to PA schools. 14%. Those aren't great odds, guys. Right? If you tell your patient they have a 14% chance of surviving a surgery they need to undergo, they probably won't want to do it. And actually, if we're talking about patients, if you tell them there's a 14% chance that they might have mild GI upset on a medication, they're probably not going to take it either, right? Patients. 14% is a hard number to hear. PA students tend to be a bit type A and again, studious. Most of you probably read that same statistic that you're 14%. And yet, it clearly wasn't a deterrent to you. For some of you, you probably saw that number, took it as a challenge, as a driving factor to push yourself. You guys know what I'm talking about. Where's Chad? You guys know what I'm talking about. You students, you recorded your 1,000 hours of experience, you asked for references, you suffered through prereqs like organic chemistry, you wrote essays, paid your fees, and you applied. And think about where you were when you received your email saying you were invited to interview at RVU. 900 people applied to Rocky Vista University in 2020. 899 other people wanted your exact same seat. Well, one of the 36, maybe not. Literally the one you're in. When you applied, you had a 4% chance of getting one of those 36 spots. Yep, you had a lower chance of getting into this particular program than you did of getting into PA school nationally. But still, you applied. And when you received the letter inviting you to the interview, you joined a pool of 179 other applicants, and your chances increased to a whopping 20%. A 20% chance of being one of the 36, only a 20% chance of being one of the 36. And every single one of you did it. Every single one of you overcame those odds and eventually received that final email, RVU acceptance decision, congratulations. You have been provisionally accepted to the RVU PA program class of 2023. And that brings us to the present, or kind of present and recent past of you as an actual student. In August of 2021, you began orientation and didactic, and prior to that, acronyms like MCC probably weren't scary to you, but maybe that changed. You completed one of the shortest didactic programs in the country, and because of this, one of the most intense. Standardized patients, skill labs, thousands of multiple choice questions, IAs, IA retakes, all in 8 months. Were there many episodes of lacrimation, rhinorrhea to get you through this? Probably, but you did it. And then you made it to arguably the more exciting part of school, clinical rotations. For the family and friends gathered here, you may or may not know what life is like as a clinical student. For many reasons, the preceptors or rotation sites we were supposed to go to sometimes didn't go as planned. During the 15 months of clinicals, these students needed to be ready to switch hospitals or doctor's offices or even move states within a few weeks' notice, though the clinical team worked really hard to try and avoid that. Every single month, these students were doing something different. They were working with patients on the first day of their rotation and taking an exam at the end of almost every month to prove their competency. During this time, they had to be exceptionally independent. Sometimes they would be one of only 2 students in their entire state of Arizona or Utah or Wyoming. Often, they would be one of very few students studying the same topic that month. They charted notes and educated patients. Though they always had their preceptors as a safety net, many of your loved ones had to rely primarily on themselves. You should be really proud. But let's talk more about the fun aspects of clinicals. Graduates, your months in clinic will hopefully never be taken for granted. You did your first histories and physicals as providers on actual patients. You stuck needles and sutures into other human beings with informed consent. You delivered babies, or maybe you just did a ton of pap smears for a month, and weeks later, you could be assisting in open heart surgery. You literally touched hearts, bones, uteruses, muscles, adipose tissue. Maybe you held a thyroid or a toe you had just amputated off someone. Just generally, you touched a lot of things people don't usually get to touch. Big deal. You would talk to your friends who would ask you how surgery was going, and you'd say, surgery, that was 2 weeks ago. I'm working with kiddos now. I am knee-deep in asthma and constipation management. The things you have been able to do and see in such a short period of time are such a rare experience. Even as you go off to practice, you will never have the variety that you did during clinical year. It is something to be so grateful for. And after clinicals, and a few POEs here, a summative there, your research day, you finally made it here to your graduation. As for the future, I can't actually speak to this that much. I've actually been practicing medicine for less than a year. But I did want to share one, called like a superpower, that I didn't consider enough during my time when I was dreaming about becoming a medical provider. We focus so much on the difference we make in our patients' lives, and that's really important. But what about our staff? Think about those healthcare hours you did before school and during your clinical rotations. You likely saw staff who weren't treated as well, who were working hard while frequently understaffed, who were told to just be flexible during rough times without extra support, though perhaps occasionally pizza lunch. You saw providers taking nursing and support staff for granted, maybe not listening or even respecting them. Maybe you personally experienced this. But now, as a provider, your voice is stronger. When you are the one going to the nurse supervisor or the floor manager, the medical director, the CEO, they will hear you more clearly, and you are more likely to be able to push for change. I have been able to do this, though in truth, only in small ways, but those small ways can be hugely important. Yes, you may have the highest licensure, most advanced degree in the room, but you cannot survive without your team. So use this superpower. Advocate for them. Make a difference. Be a provider that staff see on their schedule and say, oh, thank God I'm working with Priska today. Make your medical setting as safe and welcoming as you can for your patients, of course, but also your staff. PA school was a team sport. Last page. And practicing medicine well is a team sport too. Be a cheerleader and a protector for your team. I said at the beginning that not just every school, but every cohort has its own unique experiences. Look around at your classmates at the 33 of you. I mean that, I'll wait. It is possible that today is the very last day you will ever see some of them. These people, I know, you spent over 2 years studying alongside of, laughing with, crying with, complaining with, commiserating with. You may not be incredibly close with every student in your cohort, but no one else will ever be able to truly empathize with what you have endured during PA school. I hope you continue to lean on each other. I hope you continue to share resources and logins for medical websites. Send messages on Slack when you have an interesting patient while remaining HIPAA compliant, of course. Or if you think of a particular lecture or you cross paths with a former preceptor who is now a colleague because, if I wrap up the speech, in less than an hour, you won't be a PA student anymore. Okay, this is probably feeling like a 100-hour speech, so I will wrap it up. But if you do take away one thing from this speech, I hope it is to value. Value the fact that you went up against the hardest odds you could have chosen to become a medical provider and that you succeeded. Value the fact that you acquired more knowledge than seemed humanly possible in just 8 months of classroom learning. Value the many and varied experiences of your clinical year and the professors and the preceptors who supported you along the entire way. Value your newfound superpower to make life better for the people you will work directly with almost every day, and value each other. Just like I value you, my past classmates and tuties, my present friends, and now my future colleagues. I am so thrilled for you, and I am so thankful to have met you. Thanks.
Thanks, everybody. That was awesome. All right. The PA program is proud to bestow 5 commencement awards to members of the class of 2023 who exemplify the mission and values of the program and the institution. I'm going to read a brief description of each award and ask each recipient to join me at the podium to receive the honor. The PA Compassion Award. This award goes to a graduate who exemplifies the qualities of graciousness and humility, advocates for social justice, and works for the betterment of all members of their community, whether internal or external to RVU. Awardees are nominated and selected by their peers. This year's award goes to Ms. Jessica Guillaume. The following awardees were nominated and selected by members of the PA program faculty. The PA Collaborative Award. This award goes to a graduate who has made outstanding contributions to their class or to the program through their leadership, character, collaboration, and service endeavors. Mr. Chad Keller. The PA Excellence Award goes to a graduate who exceeded the expected level of competency in all competency domains and relative to their cohort. Ms. Louise Hill Sterling. The PA Program Director's Award is awarded to a graduate who exemplifies all aspects of the mission of the program, including compassion, collaboration, and competence. Ms. Brittany White. And last, but certainly not least, the PA President's Award goes to an outstanding graduate who embodies the university's core values of integrity, collegiality, compassion, diversity, excellence, service, and innovation. Ms. Kristen Valente. The members of the faculty of the PA program have evaluated the candidates and endorsed these students as worthy of having the degree Master of Physician Assistant Studies conferred upon them. Dr. Forstein, Dr. Smolko, honored guests, on behalf of the faculty, it is with great pride that I present to you Rocky Vista University's Master of Physician Assistant Studies graduating class of 2023. Dr. Forstein, will you join me on stage? Professor Eckhart and Punt and Naguse as well.
Melanie Adams. Jacob Blumenfeld. Kate Bronson. Ryan Carroll. Desmond Chi. Megan Marie Cleek. Sarah Devine. Grace Ferdowski. Alyssa Funk. Gianna Gerke. Jessica Guillaume. Corbin Hall. Alexandria Hillesheim. Louise Hill Sterling. Paige Johnson. Chad Keller. Katarina Krieger. Bonnie Lynn. Matthew Littleton. Gage Laverne. Megan Mertzel. Mackenzie Oliver. Gannon Parker. Jonathan Puhala. Courtney Rainwater. Sarah Rudo. Avery Shiner. Jamie Short. Oh my God, that's so cute. That's your dad. Briska too. Tevin Trin. Dallin Trout. Kristen Valente. And Brittany White.
As we enter this Thanksgiving season, there's so much to be thankful for. This beautiful day, family and friends, the faculty who've diligently taught these students, and mostly these graduates who I am so thankful that they're going to be joining me as a colleague in the healing arts and sciences. Graduates, I think we need you to stand for this. Can you stand, please? Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you your degrees as you individually presented yourself with all the rights, honors, and privileges appertaining thereto. You are hereby recognized as graduates and alumni of Rocky Vista University. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Masters of Physician Assistant Studies graduates of 2023. Congratulations.
Just a little bit longer. The physician assistant oath is the commitment and pledge you will make to your patients, families, and the communities that you'll serve. I now invite Professor Carrie Chanos, Assistant Professor of PA Studies, to the podium to administer the oath.
Good morning. I'd like to take a brief moment to signify your accomplishment. Graduates, you may move your tassel from the right to the left. And if you ever forget which side it's supposed to go on, remember it hangs over your heart to remind you of your alma mater. Now, will the graduates please rise for the oath? I also invite all physician assistants to stand with the graduates to reaffirm and share our oath. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I pledge to perform the following duties with honesty and dedication. We can do better. I will hold my primary responsibility, the health, safety, welfare, and dignity of all human beings. I will uphold the tenets of patient autonomy, beneficence, non-maleficence, and justice. I will recognize and promote the value of diversity. I will treat equally all persons who seek my care. I will hold in confidence the information shared in the course of practicing medicine. I will assess my personal capabilities and limitations, striving always to improve my medical practice. I will actively seek to expand my knowledge and skills, keeping abreast of advances in medicine. I will work with other members of the healthcare team to provide compassionate and effective care of patients. I will use my knowledge and experience to contribute to an improved community. I will respect my professional relationship with the physician. I will share and expand knowledge within the profession. These duties are pledged with sincerity upon my honor. Thank you, fellow physician assistants. You may be seated.
Right. Before we officially conclude these proceedings, I want to extend my thanks to the graduation committee and volunteers whose dedication and hard work made this ceremony possible. Let's take a moment to recognize them, as well as the RVU faculty and staff members who contributed to our graduates' education. There are many other important people here who have been waiting a long time for this day, They have provided counsel, love, advice, and perhaps financial support for you to reach this moment. Graduates, please recognize and thank the people sitting around you who have supported and celebrated your achievements along the way. And let's give one more round of applause to the graduating class of 2023. Please stand and remain standing until the end of the recessional, when family and friends are invited to greet the graduates on the second floor mezzanine. Thank you.